Well, let's go now to the team on your side out in the storm. Matt Gregory and Andy Fox have been in the thick of it all along the Outer Banks all day long, and our Jason Marks has you covered in Virginia Beach. So, Matt, you're in Hatteras Village tonight. How are things there right now?
Yeah, conditions very different from what I saw last night in Nags Head, where the wind was coming off the ocean and there was rain. Today it's a nice day, but look at that wind. You can see it from my hair. This wind is creating quite a problem here on Hatteras Island. Take a look down Route 12. This is Route 12, and it's flooded out for all the way up to Buxton, about 6-7 miles. But the problem is we've already seen high tide. We're retreating back. So why is there still water standing on the road? Take a look at this little creek type thing right here. This is coming right off the Pamlico Sound. You can see it's running out and then it's coming right down this way as it heads into the roadway. So what we've seen a lot of today, most of the businesses closed. We've seen a lot of residents walking around and most of their vehicles on high ground. And when I talked to one of the residents, when I asked him, I said, well, you know, what was the preparation like for this? This is what he had to say. Everybody seemed pretty prepared?
Oh, yes, very much so. And that in lies the problem. When you over-prepare for one, you under-prepare for the next. So hopefully we don't get in that scenario.
Yeah, very much prepared. Here's what it looks like. There were cars that were on high ground everywhere. But as you can see on this roadway right here, Route 12, this heads right down to the ferry you get on to go to Ocracoke. You can see right there, it's still flooded out right there on the road. And that's the problem, is that even though high tide is retreated, we're headed towards low tide at 8 o'clock tonight. There's nowhere for this water to go because the Pamlico Sound keeps pushing water over here because of that high wind that we were talking about, that you heard Don talk about, and that'll be the issue going into tonight. How much relief can they get? When will the winds die down? For now, in Hatteras, I'm Matt Gregory, 10 on your side.
I'm Andy Fox in Kitty Hawk. A much different story up here than from where Matt was. I'm telling you right now, we have had really none of that. NCDOT came out. We've been covering Kitty Hawk, Kill Devil Hills, and Nags Head. They are not reporting anything serious here, but we knew there would be a lot of soundside flooding on Hatteras Island. As a matter of fact, a lot of people have been coming out here just to take a look, to look at the surf that's coming up from Maria. We met two residents from Kitty Hawk who are just taking in the sights and sounds of Maria.
We're just checking the waves, checking the water, seeing what it looks like. Our first real hurricane. Yeah. It's our storm kind of like this. It's kind of cool. Yeah, I was telling him the other night, you know, some places get blizzards, some places get tornadoes, you get hurricanes. It's just part of living here.
It's very interesting to see like how much the water comes up during the swells and stuff during the storm surge. And it's like what he was saying, this is our first hurricane, and it's really it's really mesmerizing on how much like the earth can just throw at once.
And here's the bottom line. There are 2-ton sandbags under here. And look what they have done. They have basically provided the foundation for this to be the brace for what is known as Virginia Dare Drive right here in Kitty Hawk. That overwash right there is really the only stuff that we have seen. But look at the protection that they have gotten. And let me show you one other thing about the importance of beach replenishment and nourishment. Take a look at how big the beach is down there with beach nourishment. That's what it means to have beach nourishment. Up here, not so much, but they're working on this as well. That's the latest from Kitty Hawk. I'm Andy Fox, 10 on your side.
I'm Jason Marks here at the Virginia Beach oceanfront, where the big story of the day obviously has been the conditions of the ocean. Take a look at the water right here next to the pier at Ocean Eddie's restaurant, and you can see right now the ocean looks angry, but obviously things are getting better. It looked a little worse come high tide around 1:30 this afternoon. Lifeguards have been telling people all day long, urging them to stay out of the water if you're not a strong swimmer. We have dangerous rip currents, and that's why they've been riding up and down the beach, making sure no one goes in the water. You're seeing now surfers head out. Now, we talked with a lot of people because there were a lot of people out today taking pictures of the surf. We didn't have the rain, we didn't have the flooding, and they say this is the best way, if you're going to have a hurricane, to have it.
You can see the waves, you can feel the breeze, but thanks be to God that we're not in any serious danger right at this point. It's the best, like you said, it's the best of both worlds, to be right here, sitting on the side, enjoying the breeze, taking in the sights.
And a couple of examples of how the storm did not impact Virginia Beach. You can see right now they've been putting up these tents all day long. This is for this weekend's Neptune Festival. So obviously the winds did deter them from doing that. And also all day long we've been hearing the planes from Oceana fly overhead. So obviously the wind's not strong enough to stop those planes from training all day long. That's the latest from here at the oceanfront, where conditions continue to improve. Jason Marks, 10 on your side.